Now, Pokie-leaks, it's kind of like WikiLeaks, but for pokies, and gambling reform campaigners are hoping that it'll be a game changer.
Aussies pour around $11 billion into poker machines every year, and a staggering 1 in 6 players become problem gamblers. These pollies are sick of those odds.
There's these abusive and misleading strategies that the poker machines use to hook vulnerable and stressed Australians.
So today they launched Pokie-leaks. They're asking gaming industry insiders to blow the whistle on deceptive machine design, industry tactics and payments to politicians.
We know how many people are affected. We know how much money they fleece from the community. What we don't know are the dirty little secrets. And that's where Pokie-leaks comes in.
The politicians will use parliamentary privilege to go public with the information.
They will need to approach us and sit down and talk to us directly, to set up a meeting with us so that that privilege might be extended to them.
If it seems a little complicated, it is. And here is why. Australia does have laws that protect whistleblowers, but they don't cover the private sector. So insiders who are willing to speak out but afraid of the consequences will finally get their chance to help people like Shonica.
I didn't have enough money for food or milk or anything. You don't realise that when you're in the venue. It's only until you leave.
Shonica Guy struggled with gambling addiction for 14 years.
They are rigged to take your money. I know there's people out there that know the secrets about how the machines are designed, and they need to come forward and tell the truth.
Senator Nick Xenophon is spearheading the campaign and he joins us now. Senator, what are you hoping to find out from this exactly?
We're hoping people can come forward, particularly insiders in the industry, about how the machines are designed, and getting this information out there would be very important in the context of a pokie reform campaign.
We touched on it there in the story, but can you explain to us a little bit more about why people who do currently know information that would be helpful can't come forward and talk about it?
Well, because invariably they'll have a commercially in confidence agreement. They've signed confidentiality clauses. If they breach those clauses, then they can be sued for a lot of money, can ruin their careers. Whereas if you can use parliamentary privilege responsibly, you can actually give people protection in those circumstances.
So how does that work? Because I get how parliamentary privilege protects you, means you can't be sued for defamation.
Yeah.
But if I've breached confidentiality to tell you stuff that you're then going to say in Parliament, I've still breached it. You wouldn't be able to protect me.
Well, the law of parliamentary privilege is that if, for instance, you turn up and give evidence at a Senate inquiry or a parliamentary inquiry, then you would be protected because the law on this is very clear. There are clear authorities on that.
Right, so this isn't about people just feeding you information to let rip on the floor of the Senate. This is about you convening Senate inquiries and then people coming forward. Is that right?
Well, it can be both, actually. There's a strong argument that people are protected by coming forward and that information being used for the purpose of parliamentary proceedings, or going one step further and that person actually coming forward, giving evidence in a Senate inquiry or a parliamentary inquiry, or going public with that evidence. As long as it's in the course of that inquiry, they're actually protected.
Nick, today Larissa Waters made mention of dodgy donations. Do you believe there are maybe politicians out there who have received bribes?
I think it's much more subtle than that. I've had senior politicians from both sides of the fence when I was at State Parliament who've actually said to me they hate poker machines, they don't like what they do, but they will never speak out or vote against them because they know that the pokies lobby will fund their opponents at the next election campaign and they will be toast. So that's another way of looking at the influence.
Nick, just to move on to a different